I'm so glad I talked about that. So do you guys see, I want to just point this out, a random thing I wasn't going to share about eating, but look at what I had people, I know it's just Thrivers, but people telling me what it could be about and also relating to that. Do you see something so simple that you can be talking about in your stories? Like, you guys, I'm just so hungry. I keep eating. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's up. Does this ever happen to you? Question box. People will put their things in there. Do you see how something so simple I just shared with you guys was able to relate to other people? I did not use that. I wasn't planning to use that for an example, but here we are. So it's those simple things, you guys. Don't ever think you're boring or that anything like that. Talk about what's going on because somebody can relate. So I hope you guys all have your personal life in your planner. We are going to dive in. I didn't see that anybody was new, so you guys all should know about the content mapping. I want to tell you guys one new thing I started implementing this month, and I'm getting into the habit of implementing this because I was using the daily to do. And I started using the IPA tracker, the actual tracker sheet, and I liked that there was room at the bottom. So I started putting things in my like things that I wanted to make sure I talked about in my stories. And if it was things that I only wanted to do like 3 times a week, I put like 3 times. But if there was things I wanted to do daily, I knew that I needed to do it daily. So I also have now story IPAs that I'm working on and making sure that I'm talking about. So making sure that I'm like talking about things that are on brand to me, that what my network is going to come for, not necessarily niching, but just basically what I want to talk about. So I know that we put our products in our stories every single day, that we, that we're sharing to our stories. But if you're like me, I wanted to figure out what more do I want to share to my stories every single day. I talked about this last week. If you weren't on last week, you can catch the replay, but I talked about how these next, like from now till the end of the year, I want people looking at me as that girl who is like, oh my gosh, like I saw her all through the holidays giving me little tips on how to stay healthy. And like, I saw her habits and she was moving her body, whether it was just walking around her house, having a dance party. She was sharing, hey, make sure you drink your water today. Like, I want to be that girl that those people think of on January 1st when it's time and they're like, I'm ready to put my health first. Right? I want to be that girl. So what did I make sure? I have story IPs that remind me to talk about those things, to drop little hints, to say why sleeping is so important, educate people on the different things. Does that make sense? So instead of just sharing to my stories, I went and broke it down a little bit of what I wanted to actually share a little bit more of in my stories, and to be able to hone in on it. I want to start getting better at, Lindsay mentioned, putting links up for other people. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a beauty person, maybe you're a fashion person, maybe you're a home decor person, maybe you're an organizer, a craft person. Where are you getting your stuff? What are you doing? Link it. Right? I'm not going to lie, I'm so bad at that. So this week I put on there that I really want to focus on starting to link different things that I love, earrings that I love, a blanket that I found, or, maybe I went to Target and I found something that I want to share with my network, sharing it and linking it so that people get used to that kind of stuff. So just a little thing I wanted to share with you guys, because I have been working on the IPA tracker and using this, and I've been really loving it. So that can be found in your playbook. If you are not in Limitless and you don't have an IPA tracker, you can go right into Canva and search like habit trackers, or you can even search habit trackers online. I'm sure you will be able to find them and place in there whatever you want. So if that's something that looks like you would want to do. Okay, so right now we are going to have our content map out. So if you are someone that's already been planning with us for the last few weeks, your content map already might have exactly what you want to go over. So it already might have the topics you want to talk about. Now you're just going to dig in a little deeper and go off of your 5s, go off of those pain points and decide what you want to talk about. So when we batch at the end of this Zoom, you can start batching towards those topics. So for me personally, my November has been the same. What I want to talk about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? I went ahead and already structured that. And then when I'm going through my week, I just grab either from my pain points, from my fives, or I'm batching right now, whatever I can. So I want you to grab out that fives list, grab out those pain points, get your content map out, get a piece of paper, get a sticky note, get a note card. You guys get your planner. There is no right or wrong way to planning. The only wrong way to do it is to not do it at all. Okay. So get comfortable with planning the way you feel necessary. Get comfortable with trying new things. This content map, you guys, has been a game changer for me. And I don't know if anybody else has been using the content map. If you have, can you drop it in the chat and let us know if you love it, how it's working for you? But the content map has been a big game changer for me. It's something I'm still getting used to. I'm not going to lie. There are a lot of times where I'm like, wait a minute, like I got to go to my content map because it's not a full habit yet. But I love how structured it is, how easy it is. And like Rochelle said, on either it was last week or the week before, let's say Tuesday is weekly pay for you and you want to talk about weekly pay. Every week is going to look different because this week's weekly pay might be paying and helping you pay a bill or something. Or maybe you're like, this week, I'm so excited. Like you talk about what this week is about. And then maybe next week's weekly pay, you're going in the past and you're telling them why you even joined. Like maybe you're sharing a moment of, walking in and not being able to have like Taco Tuesday at the grocery store because like you couldn't afford it and you weren't able to buy all the things to have a Taco Tuesday, right? Without having to put it on a credit card or something like that. That was me. I had to put a lot of things on credit cards for a long period of my life. So, that Tuesday, maybe I'm talking about that. The next Tuesday, maybe I'm talking about where this business is taking me. That this is, that every Tuesday from here on out, I'm building towards my goals of bringing my husband home, of that savings account, of being able to be a yes mom. Do you see every single week, no matter what your topic is, can be different? Mondays before Thrive. That can be product, that can be opportunity. Y'all, like that you can take a lot of these so many different ways. Grocery freedom. Yes, Sam, I love that. Really utilizing it this week. Yes. And you guys, I'm telling you, once you plan it and you start to tweak it and you start to get it to yourself and your vibe, that's what I've been doing these last few weeks. And so now I can build on that. So when I come to plan, things are so much simpler. I'm not overwhelmed or anything like that. I'm able to truly look at my pain points, look at my fives. I already have my topic and I run with it. There is a already pre one done. This one is, I customize this to me, but there is a pre one already done in Limitless that you can start there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. And so for the next, let's say 10 minutes, you guys, I want you to really start digging into what you want your week to look like. What pain points do you want to talk about? What fives of you do you want to talk about? Make sure you're talking Thrive. Make sure you're sharing you. If you're not posting twice a day, make sure you have a good balance of Thrive and you. Okay. So if you are posting twice a day, like for me on my Instagram, I'm posting twice a day. So it's normally Thrive and then it's normally personal, right? So I have Thrive personal. So I'm getting 7 Thrive out, 7 personal out. When it comes to my Facebook, I'm posting just once a day on Facebook. So I have some Thrive, some me, right? This way I don't lose that balance and my network doesn't get just Thrive from me. They also get to see me. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. If you're struggling, if you're like, I really don't even know what I'm doing or where to go, drop it in the chat, right? Let us know. That's what I'm here for. I'm here live. Rochelle and I are here live every Sunday, so you can ask us questions, put it in the chat. Each and every one of you have something to give. So if you drop it in the chat, somebody else may have already struggled with that and can give you a tip. So please do not ever feel like you can't ask a question or embarrassed or anything like that. You guys, that is how you grow. So let's go ahead and start planning our week. I love that. Katie asked, what are some examples of everyone's five? So if you guys want to drop one or two in the chat, that'd be awesome. And then drop them for maybe the products, the business, and for yourself, or the comp plan and for yourself personally. So me, I'll just give you guys for the products. It's the simplicity of it, that everybody can use it. That we're not just weight loss. I love that about our products. The comp plan is, I love that we get weekly pay. Because some people need that income coming in weekly. Our VIP bonuses, and that it's an uncapped income. I love that nobody can tell you, like, one thing I hated about a 9-to-5 is like somebody got to put my worth in a dollar amount or a 25-cent raise amount. I love here that it's uncapped. So I love that there's no ceilings. And then for me personally, my fives are my family, fashion, my halo in my hair. You guys, I love my freaking halo. Beauty, and then inspo / like MS, my MS journey, which I don't share about as much. So I stick more to about 2 to 3 on each of them is what I try to do, but I do have my 5. Thank you. So you guys share them in the chat. I love that. That'll give some people who are maybe still digging deep on their 5s is something that you know, as they're digging to find their 5, sometimes hearing somebody else's allows them to unlock those things that maybe they didn't realize within themselves. I know sometimes when I hear other people's 5s, or especially like comp plan or the business or pain points, when I hear other people's pain points, even I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that time in my life when I felt that exact same way. So do you see how sharing can also unlock things that maybe you have forgotten about, and so on? So I just want to share you guys with the planning portion, what I kind of how I used my content map, my about me with my pain points, and my 5s. So I have like my topics already broken down. So a lot of them are similar to what was on that first, the pre-made one that was in there. So I just added and tweaked some things for personal. So like Mondays before Thrive, I wrote down, I have a sticky note right here. I wrote down Monday. I looked at my topic and I put Mondays before Thrive. So I looked at my pain points and I decided, what pain point do I really want to talk about that was me before Thrive and me with Thrive. So I wrote down one of my pain points. On Tuesday, it says weekly pay. So I thought to my Tuesday, what do I have going this Tuesday? I looked to my promoter pain points, why I'm doing this, what this is unlocking for me. And then I wrote down what weekly pay means for me. Do you guys see how then I'm going from my content map, grabbing my pain points, and I'm putting them in. And then when we batch, I'm going to write. So pick a comp plan, 5s from my comp plan. I love our VIP bonuses, how people can come in who are struggling right away and make not quick cash, because it's not what it is, but they can earn bonuses very quickly that can help them in such big ways. So on Wednesday, it says pick a comp plans 5. So I went to my 5s list. I picked out the VIP bonuses, and I'm going to talk about the VIP bonuses and give them the actual education of what you have in your first 14 days. Do you guys see how the content map flows with the pain points, flows with your 5s? So now when I just did that, I wrote down really quickly everything I want to talk about off my pain points. So when we're batching, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to write. Same with my stories. I have what my stories I want them to look like. So what did I do? I went to Monday. I looked at what my stories is about and I wrote down what I want to talk about. Tuesday, I wrote down what I want to talk about that goes with my story topic. So I have my 2 sticky notes. so that this way I can start then batching my content. I can get my story slides ready for the week. I can get everything ready for the week, you guys. And I did that all in that little time block because I had my content map. I have my about me that I fill out every single month, right? With my pain points that I want to focus on for the month. And then I have my 5s list that I want to focus on. So that is how I use the content map and everything in it. I'm sorry, in it with it. Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Yes. So Rochelle's planner is this right here. It is called the Day Designer. It's a daily, monthly planner calendar. It doesn't start until January. You guys don't even know how many I'm counting down the days, but not counting down the days. And this one is from Target. If you go to their website, they actually have where you can get like one that starts now. I just didn't like the layout as much. So they must have did a different version for Target. And that one was the, was a little bit more expensive. So anyways, this is it right here, you guys. And it has like so it's a daily, so you still get your month. And then it has a daily, which I'm really working on time blocking. So that's why I was really excited for this. It has a bunch of lines. I'm a line girl. Give me lines all day long. So it has like a Friday schedule where you can time block. It's kind of hard to see, you guys. I apologize. Then it has a top 3. It has a to-do list. It has notes. And at the bottom, it says like tonight, and then it says gratitude. So I loved that it is like very structured. If you go onto Target's website and you search it, you can see the inside of it. So this one was really good. Yes, Sam, I was like, you guys, I have to tell you the funniest story. So I was like telling Rochelle, I'm like, I need a new planner. I'm just not vibing my planner. I need a new one. I really think I want one that's going to like help me time block. See, look, we all got it. Ashley's got hers too. Rochelle was such an influencer on that one. But the funniest story is, you guys, I went to Target and was searching and I was like, oh my God, I told Rochelle, I'm like, Rochelle, I found the perfect planner, but it does not start until 2023. And she's like, oh my gosh, show me. So I sent her all the screenshots. I'm like, look at this, all this. She's like, dude, that's the planner I'm using right now. I was like, shut the F up. I'm like, where were you? So, yes, they do. I'm so mad. Yeah. Yeah, trust me. I tried to find the one she had, which is like the June to July one, but they were sold out. So I was like, okay, people, I'd even pay extra right now. I want it. So in January, we're going to all be planning in the same planner. So for right now, yes, same, Sam, best money I've ever spent. So you guys, right now, what I'm doing, because this planner doesn't start till January. So if anybody else runs out and buys it, I'm working on getting myself time blocked, getting myself organized, getting things together. So when I start moving into that planner and implementing it, I already have some systems going into place, right? Sam said same. I love it. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and chat on a couple things. You can keep working on your content and your maps and so on. But I just want to put out there tonight. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Ashley put the oh, that one's off Amazon. Okay. She put the Amazon one. There's a Target one. So if you have Target Red Card, you can save some percentage, that sort of thing. And then she's going to throw it. Ashley, you're the best. Thank you, love. So you guys, some housekeeping things. Tonight's work with me is 5 p.m. So again, tonight's work with me only tonight, is 5 p.m. That's just to, accommodate. I know some, the Lionhearted is going to be using this Zoom link as well tonight for the Zooms that are going on. So, 5 p.m. tonight is our work with me. Right now, you guys, I want you to make sure that you have work with me's in your schedule. So 2 to 3, if you can get on all of them, get on all of them. You guys, I will never tell you to not OD on work with me's, okay? Because if you truly, you're getting on there, you're working your business, you're getting that solid hour in, you're getting the IPs, you're getting all of the things, you can never go wrong with working your business. If you are getting on those work with me's and you are actually working, those are huge. But let's say that you find a struggle to get your schedule to line up, try to get on at least 2 to 3, you guys. They really do. They set a different tone for you, for your business, and so on. So, and keep it simple, you guys, keep it simple. So we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to give you the limitless ones, you guys. I know there's other ones as well, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., and then Sundays are normally 6 p.m., but tonight is 5 p.m. So go ahead, look at your calendars. Also then look at, like for me, my non-negotiables are Monday nights at 9 p.m. I am so excited for tomorrow's because I feel like Halloween, and then we had Jason's last week. So I'm really excited to hear Lynn's pour into us tomorrow. So Monday nights are non-negotiables for me. And then Sundays being here with you guys. And then I get on the work with me's. So I'm 4 years in, you guys, I still get on the work with me's. And then I will catch any other Zooms that I can, but a lot of times I catch replays of Zooms, of other Zooms. So I'll keep them on in the background when I'm cleaning, when I'm working, things like that. So I'm listening and picking up any tips that I can for my business. So take the time right now. I want you to plug in your work with me's. You guys already know the background work. So I'm not, like everybody said, they're not new here. So you guys should all know the background work that you need to do too. So I want you to take the next 5 minutes. I want you to put in your background work. When are you checking in with customers? When are you sending out thank yous? When are you checking in with your team, looking at your potentials, following up with sample customers, going in your back office and using your reports and figuring out, like, did anybody miss an auto ship? Meaning, did somebody's card decline? Do you need to reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, just wanted to check in. I saw there was an issue with your, with your order. So I just wanted to check in so that we can get that figured out. It looks like something happened with the card. I never say your card declined. I always say it looks like something happened with your card. Maybe we need to update it. Did you get a new one? So I never say your card declined because I know how like that was when I was going through that. So I always leave it like, hey, maybe you got a new card. So, checking in with that. There's so much on those to-do list, the background work, you guys. So plug those in, plug your work with me's in, plug your Zooms in. One book, you guys, that I do recommend, if you haven't read it, which a lot of you I know probably already have, but if you haven't, I started reading it on the book, but then I also had downloaded it on Audible, is Atomic Habits. You guys, I really, really suggest you reading that if you're struggling with habits and building habits and sticking to habits. He talks about so much in there, so much that I even related to in my personal life. There was some like stuff that happened that I read and listened to that I was able to give advice to one of my friends who was kind of struggling with something. So that was kind of cool to be able to learn and share it in other areas of my life, not just my business. So Atomic Habits is, yes, from the library app. That's awesome. That one I just listened to, and I'm almost done. I think I have like 30 minutes left in it. And it was a really, really good one. He had a lot of really good things to share. And I think if you haven't, or if you do, if you dig into it, you will, you will start to unlock things in your business. That's where I started to unlock I need the daily IPAs. That's where I started really digging more into my IPA tracker. He talks about that kind of stuff. So I really, really loved that. Do I still share opportunity stories to my stories through the week? Yes, I do. I don't share as many app stories as I do going more face to face. So I have been more face to face, but working on, like Rochelle said last week, making sure you keep a good balance. So I like to turn a lot of my posts into like my opportunity posts, or if I'm talking about things, into story slides. And I don't necessarily do opportunity story slides that look like, this is what you're going to get in your first 14 days, no cold messaging, like the ones that I was doing before. Now I'm doing more of like a pain point ones. Like I remember like walking into a grocery store and $12 having to go on a credit card. This has allowed me grocery store freedom. Who wants to fight with that who wants to fight with me for that, for you? Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of being like no cold messaging, one-on-one mentorship, all that kind of stuff, I do more pain point ones, but I also like to add in what they're going to get. So I try to think of it as this. If I'm sharing always just like no auto ships, no cold messaging, all that kind of stuff to somebody who's never done network marketing before, they don't know what any of that means, right? They're like, okay. But to somebody who's done network marketing and sees weekly pay, VIP bonuses, no fees, no this, no that, they're going to see, dang, that opportunity, because they know what it's like in past companies. So I try to make sure, I think it was Rye or whatever. I don't know. I never know how to say her name. Ryan. I remember her saying that like not everybody looking at your stuff is from another network marketing company or past network marketer. So certain things hit those people, certain things hit other people. So I'm trying to get that balance and flow, if that makes sense. So I'm hitting the people that maybe have done it before or are familiar, then also speaking to those people that never have, because that kind of stuff, like, if I was never doing network marketing, I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? So yes and no, to answer your question. I do a lot more face-to-face now too. And you guys, this is where get to know yourself. Okay. One thing, I think it was Katie Koberlin had said, and I loved it. If your strength is going face to face, go face to face. Right? Do that. Make sure, like Rochelle said, that you still are getting those slides up, because some people do just like to read. Some people do like to listen. There are days where when my vision is not that good with my MS, I don't read a lot of story slides. Especially y'all, I just want to say, make sure your slides, this is something that I have been very careful too, that you can read them. Sometimes I see people putting such small font that I'm like, do I need a magnifying glass, or am I the only one that has, so make sure people and read them, make sure it's very visible. But there are days where when my vision is a little wonky, I'm not reading as much, I'm listening more, right? And there are days when I'm busier, that I don't like, I'm not listening as much, or I am listening, but I'm more reading. Like there are days where I'm just in this reading moment. Do you see? So even me as like, just, I'm sure you can get to know yourself too. If you actually paid attention, you're the same way, right? So hitting both things and getting to know yourself and what you thrive in. Do you thrive going face to face? Do you thrive making Canva stories, or just, that kind of stuff? And maybe right now it's uncomfortable. Keep doing it and you'll find like, oh my gosh, I actually really love and enjoy doing this, or I really like this, or I really like that, so on and so forth. I am someone that is very heart, like I'm a very yellow, like if you guys know me, a lot of you who know me in like person and things like that, like I am like my heart. So for me, sometimes in a story slide or just trying to type it, I can't get that part of me out. So when I am face to face and I can kind of cry in my stories or just show you my emotion and you can see my heart, is where I really connect with a lot of people too. So also, like I said, get to know yourself. You guys, there's no right or wrong way. Start to try things. And you can always be heavier on one, but still have the other one popping in too. That was a good question. Any other questions, you guys, before we pop over and do some batching? So we have our content planned, we have our stories. Think about your focused IPA for the week, you guys. If you want to focus on one thing for the week, you can. If you want to switch them up, you can. Look at your business, see what your business needs. I will always remember going on the work with me when Sam mentioned, like, if you are not happy being on your feed and you cannot interact with people and it does not excite you, you need to go find your right people. You need to clean up your network and go find your right people. That is why I am not somebody that just adds. I am not just a follow finger adder. Some people are, and that works for them. I am not. I actually I give a glance over of the person's thing. I'm not like, microscopically doing it or whatever that word is. I will 3, 2, 1 and figure out if they're my vibe, but I can already see from their bio, from their pictures, that sort of thing, if I'm vibing with them. Because like Sam said, she gets excited to go on her feed and do 3, 2, 1s and newsfeed interactions and story interactions. Are you excited to hang out with your network? Let me ask that again. Are you excited to hang out with your network? If your first response was or no, this week's your focus. I want you to focus on cleaning up, 3, 2, 1ing to get rid of the people that don't vibe with you, and growing your network, right? Yeah. Yep, exactly. All that will do is make you mass add people you don't even like or want to talk to. I love that. Sam gets excited to talk to her audience. That was a Zoom, you guys, that was like months ago. And that has stuck with me. And it made me shift how I did things, because I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that makes total sense. And now guess what, you guys, even when I'm going and doing my 3, 2, 1s on my new people, like my new friends that I'm so excited to hang out with them and get to know them, because I already kind of glanced over and was like, ooh, I really love her vibe, or wow, like she's so positive, or gosh, she does some good makeup. Like, I can't wait to see that. Or, oh my gosh, like she's like the cutest mom ever. Like I need to get some inspo for her for when I become a mom. So like, I get excited, you guys, to go hang out in my newest follows, and you should too. Follow people that excite you. Okay.
Christina, can I mute myself? Well, I already did. So yeah. Can I talk for a minute? So I just had somebody, and I don't know if they meant to or not, but they direct messaged me and asked about 3, 2, 1s. So something I really want to touch on real quick is, I think a lot of us get really stuck on like, okay, we need to like 3 pictures. We need to comment on one. We need to go into somebody's story and like interact on one. And you do it to a T, to the point where you're not even excited to do it anymore. It feels like a chore. If you can only, I don't know, like 2 pictures and then comment on one, and they have no stories up, like do what feels right to you. I don't have a number. Sometimes I like 5 pictures and comment on one. Sometimes I like 3 pictures and comment on 0, right? Like it really depends on the person, but I just interact with people. I don't do it to a T, to 3, 2, 1. So if you're somebody who's finding yourself overwhelmed in the sense of like, okay, I need to 3, 2, 1 every single person, you're gonna get mad, right? Because it's not ideal for every single person, and that's okay. Do what works for you. Sometimes I do a 1, 1, 1 or a 2, 1 or a 3, 1, right? Like it really depends on the person. Do they even have stories up? If not, I'm going to spend more time in their feed and on their most recent post. So that's something I want to talk about. And then the other thing was getting excited about what you're doing. For so long, y'all, like so long, I was interacting with anybody and everybody. And it wasn't until I don't want to say niche, and I don't want to say throw your fives out the window, but throw your fives out the window. You're going to have people that maybe you're a cat mom and maybe you're a cat mom and they're a cat mom. That doesn't mean you guys vibe. Just because you're a boy mom and she's a boy mom doesn't mean you guys are going to vibe. My team is 90% of them are moms. There's like 2 of us on there that are not moms. If I would have never grown a relationship with any of my team, they wouldn't be here. They're literally what's gotten me to where I am right beside me. And I would have never met them if I would have stuck to like, I can only interact with cat moms and I can only interact with people that are sober and I can only interact with this kind of person. You're going to vibe with different people, but you're not going to know if you vibe with anybody if you don't try to, and you're just mass adding to mass add and sticking in one category. I hope that makes sense, but something I've been pouring into my team a lot lately.
So much sense. I'm over here like I'm already dizzy from nodding my head. I love that. Thank you, Sam. No, you guys, that's so true. Your fives list is for you. To make sure that like you are on your page, staying true to who you are and making sure you're not getting all thrive and things like that. But that doesn't mean that that's all you talk. Like that's the only people you can go and talk to. So thank you, Sam, for chatting that, because I loved that. And you guys, 3, 2, 1s, call them something different if you want. Call them intentional interactions where you're actually going in intentionally to get to know the person. And that can look like a 3, 2, 1, a 1, 1, 1, a 1. Like, you know what I mean? Like Sam just said. So thank you, Sam. That was so good. I love that. Okay, guys. So we are going to go ahead and start batching now. I know that these last couple Zooms, we haven't been able to batch as much. So I wanted to make sure that we got into batching today. So I'm going to batch for 3 minutes and I'm going to set my timers. I want you to work on whatever ones you want to work on. So maybe we'll do, we'll probably do like 3 to 4 of them. So it can be your Monday one, it can be your Wednesday one, it can be whatever one. Just look at your content and whatever one speaks to you first. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes and we're going to batch and then we'll move on to the next one and so on. So we are batching right now. All right, you guys, the timer just went off for that. So if you want to, you can keep working on that post. Or if you feel really good, move on to the next one and start like it's kind of like a free writing in a sense, so that you at least start to get things going, and then you can always come back and so on. So I'm going to set the timer again, and we're going to do 3 more minutes and work on our next post. All right, you guys, the timer just went off for that. So I'm going to go ahead and set the timer again, and you can switch to a new post or continue to work on that post you were just on, whatever flows for you. So we're going to do another batch. All right, you guys, the timer is going off for that. So let's go ahead and batch one more, and then we'll wrap up the Zoom. I love that win, Mariah. I love that. You guys, if you would love, I would love for you to do something for me. If you would drop one win from this last week, let's close out the Zoom while we're wrapping up our last batching, and we're going to go and head into the next week. I'd love to hear one win from each of you guys. If you'd love to share it, drop it in the chat. All right. The timer just went off for that, you guys. So we got 4 good batches in, a very good planning. I'm feeling so pumped up. I'm going to go ahead and read some of these. I love hearing your guys's wins. Y'all, I think that is so important to really focus on those little things. Yay, people have been in my inbox. That's awesome. Stayed on your nutrition. I know, Ashley, I was following you, girl. Seeing you getting your workouts in. I love that, having the energy to be a functioning human. Yes, that's such a win, Julie. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that, Brittany. I really struggle with asking for help. I kind of like paraphrase that. Bad about asking for help. So my win is reaching out to my sponsor to get advice because I was struggling. You guys, that's so huge. I love that. I love that. You guys, we had some good wins this week. I am here for it. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. I will get this loaded to my YouTube channel. I'm going to try quickly. Today's my anniversary. So I think we're going out to do a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to try to get this up ASAP for you. But if you guys have any questions, you always know my inbox is open. I'm Christina Tammy. I hope you, thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks. good old 12 years. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I hope that you continue to do whatever planning that you need to do for your business, so that this week you can just flow, right? And like I say, there's always moving pieces. So maybe you plan for something one day and you need to move the piece. That is okay. But by the end of the week, just try to make sure all those moving pieces to your puzzle are complete, right? That your puzzle is complete. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have an awesome week. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Talk to you later. Bye.